In today's video, I'll be showing you what the top 6 best heal and hybrid units in update 11.5. If you do not know what heal and hybrid unit you're going for, then this video will help you to choose the best one. And all of the units in this video are all obtainable, and I have only selected units that starts off as a heal or hybrid unit. With that being said, let's begin. Yeah. Kicking off with this list is Metal Knight Arsenal. Metal Knight Arsenal has one of the biggest damage with a low SPA, as well as being able to spawn drones as a heal unit and the best shield breaker heal unit. Metal Knight Arsenal stats on max upgrade and max level is 129,181 damage with his SPA at 6.1 seconds, making his damage per second at 21,291.96. Do keep in mind that Metal Knight Arsenal can only be placed down twice, making unique trait on this unit extremely overpowered, particularly since the Summoner unit will deal half of damage of Metal Knight. Not only he does a huge damage, but he is also a multi-hit, which will be really good against shield opponents. You do need takedowns for him to spawn his drones, and there is a tracker on his back to know how many takedowns he got. To fully max upgrade one Metal Knight Arsenal will cost you 118,250 yen, and his damage type is magic. The next unit is King Sloth. King Sloth has the highest range, which is essential as he will be able to secure more kills, as well as with him being able to multi-hit, which will do well against shield opponents. King Sloth's stats at max upgrade and max level is 58,399.79 damage with King's SPA at 7 seconds, and making his damage per second sits at 8,342.83. Despite of his DPS so much lower than Metal Knight, you can place 5 of King Sloth, which having Divine or Godspeed on this guy will go crazy, as divine traits are only good for units that have 4 or more placements. Furthermore, King Sloth is a multi-hit, which will do well against shield opponents, as there is quite a ton of shield opponents on the later maps, which he will become essential as he do very well against them. And since he has such a big range, I recommend placing him further back so you can use his full potential when placed that way. A single King Sloth max upgrade costs 53,350 yen, and his damage types are magic and light. The next unit is Cell Super Perfect. Cell Super Perfect is the first heal, and still is, heal unit you can obtain from raids. I would want to see more exclusive heal units instead of ground units, so people will be grinding raids. Cell Super Perfect recently got buff on his damage, which is incredibly strong now. Cell Super Perfect's stats at max upgrade and max level is 46,664.61 damage following his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 7,777.43, which is incredibly overpowered for a heal and raid unit. Cell Super Perfect might have the highest damage per second for a physical heal unit, as well as Cell Super Perfect is a multi-hit, which will do very well against shield opponents. Although having him unique is incredibly easy to get, especially you will only be needing to use 1-star remnant instead of 5, although Divine will be way better than unique, as you can place 4 of Cell Super Perfect. You will only reroll a trait on him when he is an epic unit, as you can buy him or get him as a drop from West City Raid. Cell Super Perfect will take you an insane amount of time for you to evolve him, as you are only limited to 3 games a day for you to play West City Raid, which is not a lot for a day, so it will take you a really long time to evolve him. Cell Super Perfect damage type is physical, and he costs 71,400 yen to fully upgrade one single unit. Moving on to the next unit is Yono Spirit. Yono is definitely the best shield breaker heal unit with a decent damage, SPA, and AoE circle for update 7 unit. Like sheesh, he's an update 7 unit and he's still doing well. What? Yono Spirit stats on max upgrade and max level is 62,817.74 damage with his SPA at 10 seconds, making his damage per second at 6,281.77. Yono Spirit has a lower DPS than King Sloth for sure, but it doesn't mean that you won't go for him, as he is still useful, especially he has 2 damage types, magic and air. And I use Yono Spirit for maps that makes air units 2 times stronger, so using Yono Spirit on those maps will definitely help you a ton. Not only that, he is the best shield breaker heal unit, which he will do very well against enemies with shields, and you will especially see more of the shield opponents as you progress along the game. The best trait you can have on Yono Spirit are Godspeed or Divine, because you can place 4 of Yono Spirit, and he costs 60,200 yen to max upgrade a single Yono. Yeah. The next unit is Soy Fan Hornet. Soy Fan Hornet attack type is Burst, with her damage at full upgrade and max level sitting at 40,737 and her SPA at 5.8 seconds, resulting her DPS at 7,023.62. Do remember that Soy Fan Hornet is a burst type unit, so if you are bringing Soy Fan Hornet as your heal type unit would not be the greatest idea, unless you are gonna be placing Soy Fan Hornet at the back. By then the shields will not be there. Although Soy Fan Hornet is not as good as she used to, with Metal Knight Arsenal overtaking her, as she doesn't do as well when compared to Metal Knight. Regardless, she does well in maps that have physical buff and magic debuff. The best traits you can have on your Soy Fan Hornet are Divine and Godspeed, as you can place 5 of Soy Fan Hornet. Her damage types are physical and air, and she will cost 50,700 yen to fully upgrade a single Soy Fan Hornet. Moving on to the next unit is Okura Resurrection. He is only good for beginners as he will fall off later on, but he will still be quite useful, especially he has 2 damage types, magic and dark. Dark type units are a must have right now, especially with the new Fabled Kingdom 10 Commandments Legend Stage 3 will require you to bring dark type units to do extra damage. Okura Resurrection stats a max upgrade and max level is 40,203.36 damage, with his SPA at 7 seconds, making his damage per second at 5,743.34. Okura Resurrection is the most easiest unit to evolve compared to everyone in this list, especially on how strong Okura is. With beginners, having Okura Resurrection will help you a ton, finishing most of your act modes. Not only he is strong for beginners, he is also a multi-hit, which will be a must-have later on the game, as he will do very well against shield opponents. And Okura Resurrection costs 62,500 yen to fully upgrade a single unit. An alternative unit you can go for, especially if you want an easy carry, is Nami Thief. Nami Thief is an exclusive and limited unit that can only be obtained through Cloud Battle Pass. Nami Thief stats at max upgrade and max level is 24,160.67 damage, with her ability cooldown at 7.8 seconds, making her DPS at 3,020.08. Nami has an okay DPS for a beginner, and what makes her balanced is that she already is a moneymaker unit, and she is actually the first moneymaker unit in a while, especially she does damage at the same time, making Nami quite valuable at late game, as well as she is a hybrid unit, so she can attack both ground and air opponents. I 100% recommend getting Nami Thief, especially she is a speed card 2.0 that does damage, and especially if you are a collector yourself, you would want Nami Thief. Nami has 2 power types, the first one being magic and the second one being water, which having the mermaid crown relic on Nami is gonna be overpowered, and I would personally use Nami Thief on longer rounds more than wave 20, because if you are gonna be using Nami on wave like 15 or 20, she's not gonna do as well as speed card. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed, remember to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.